Listen to me, okay? Something is here. Always out of sight. Always hiding just at the corner of your vision. Like it exists on this plane for only a fraction of a second, and then it's gone. But you can never see it. It's best you don't ever see it. And if you do, it means that it already decided that just watching no longer interests it. We've only got till sunrise. Time's running out.
I'll be honest, I have no idea how to do a plug after a super serious ad, so... It's spooky season again, and I'm DMing another one-shot. It's called Starlost Unseen.
Yes, Cryo gave me permission to break the S rule, okay? I asked.
It'll be streamed live November 4th starting at noon Eastern over at youtube.com/StarlostDND, featuring me as the DM and a bunch of super cool guests. We hope to see you there, and for now, enjoy the rest of the episode. Just a wet, angry cat, and I'm gonna be like, you're stinky, stinky cat.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Starlost Seas. I'm Cryo, I'm your DM, and this is the party. Look at them.
Hi,
Shut up, Noah.
Only 4 of them still. We're still down an Ian and a Pulse. They are both very busy people, unfortunately, because we love them very much. But that's
This is an
It's
entirely new
definitely
day.
a different day.
This
Yeah.
is the same recording session.
Shut up, Kay.
No, it's not. Shut
It's
up.
not
Shut
real.
up.
That's why I am still
You know what, Marcy? Get rid of
so
Kay.
tired.
Oh, stop. No. Everybody stop. You get mad at me when I tell Marcy to do shit. You tell her to get rid of a whole person.
I'm in charge of Marcy.
Last time on Starlost Seas, the party woke up after a slightly uncomfortable night for some of them, who kept hearing strange breathing sound. However, as they awoke, they couldn't hear anything odd over the hustle and bustle of the city around them. So, as everybody got up, Hush discovered he had a point of exhaustion because he had dried out in the night. Hush has to be submerged in water in this desert climate for at least a total of 20 minutes per day so that he can soak up and not become a dry, sticky mess. After some time to resolve that situation, the entire group went over their plans on how they were going to stake out the Hollow in various ways. Lotus and Hush were going to go to the Hollow directly. Hush was going to try and listen in on the guards and potentially follow one of them to see if he could figure out any kind of rotation or origination of the guards. Lotus was going to fly around the exterior and see if she could find any sort of weak point in the structure or opening. Meanwhile, Dolus and Alina were going to head off to find the airship landing so that they could secure some sort of exit for the group should things hit the fan. And Lorelei and Hickory were going to go off and talk to some drunk guards so that they could do their very best to get any other kind of information. Annie, meanwhile, had woken up before everybody, as Annie only had a trance, and headed to the observatory ahead of everybody, where she said that she would be sort of just hanging out and to, as she put it, stay cool. All of you got some various desert threads to walk around in because you were still wearing your fairly warm clothes, even with all of your extra coats and layers and stuff taken off. So everybody got a small bit of an outfit upgrade. Lotus got a cloak specifically made for her by Annie that, with the combination of her mask, makes her sort of able to blend in among crowds as if she's just wearing a big feathery sort of desert shawl to keep the sun off of her. Then you all split up after getting your gear. Hickory and Lotus spoke to some guards who spilled several secrets about the inner functions of the Hollow.
Lorelai.
Namely- Huh?
Lotus? Me and Lotus?
Oh, Hickory and Lorelei. The L-O.
Lotus really, damn, that's not okay.
Oh, God. Let's not get into it. The L-O got me. All right. Lorelei and Hickory.
Lodolai.
Lodolai.
Oh, my gosh. Yes. They spoke to some guards, got some information about the inner workings of the Hollow. Namely, that in the hollow, bounty hunters are all taken into this top floor where there is some sort of processing and offices and stuff for guards. And any bounties are taken away from them. They are given their money and then they're supposed to leave. Although whether or not the guards will necessarily enforce that rule really depends on the guard you get. Also, it was confirmed that there are 80 floors of the hollow that are filled usually with several guards. So the way they put it was a few dozen guards. So the exact number was not given to you, but it is clearly a significant number. They also learned that there is the most dangerous people are kept down near the bottom so that they get the least food from the food elevator so that they are as weak as possible to prevent breakouts. And that apparently the warden has some sort of ace in the hole to prevent anyone from breaking out of the hollow. Even if every other security measure fails, the warden has something up his sleeve. Around this time, Hush listened in on some guards and inspected some crates and discovered all of these crates that were currently being delivered to the hollow are packed with those same explosives that you guys saw under Ravenloft that were trying to blow up the Aeon engine. There was also one crate with some sort of magically shielded metal wrapped around it that he could not find out the contents of, and that he elected to not sort of mess with. During this time, Lotus flew around the exterior of the pillars and discovered that much like you had been told, there is seemingly no other exit of the hollow other than the 3 doors on the top. There are little places where Dolus, Lotus, and Hush could land on the exterior with flights, but there's not really a lot of space to maneuver, and there aren't really any entrances. But as Lotus flew down lower towards the oasis in the middle of the pillars, she noticed that there are water springs that come up from each of the pillars that form this little oasis in the center. But she also heard that telltale breathing again. She also noticed that there seemed to be 50 feet missing from the blueprints you guys got of the hollow. The pillar itself is taller than the blueprints say it is. So whatever is in the bottom is unknown to you currently. Lotus listened in at each of the pillars, revealing that she could hear breathing coming from each of them. And at the same time up above, Hush came to the conclusion that the people of Saracen have purple worms in the base of their pillars. And that is where we left off. We are going to pick back up on Dolus. Dolus, you and Alina have been sort of walking around the residential pillar, sort of searching for the airship landing and sort of getting a feel of the place and all of the pathways. You're really good at remembering where you're going and mapping things out, so it's especially good for you to actually walk these areas and know where you're going. And that's when Hush has his realization, as you and Alina had sort of stopped for a moment and leaned against one of those railings and looked out into the desert so you could process the whole conversation that was happening. Mm-hmm. And that's when Hush has his big moment of purple worms. Dolus, you don't know what a purple worm is?
What?
But Alina has all the color drain from her face immediately.
Turn to her. What is?
It's bad if it's true. Let's just say it's really bad if it's true.
Ping to Hush. What is a purple worm?
Hush, you can hear there's a wobbling in his head as his he's scared. Purple worms are really, really big serpentines. They were one of the first things they told me about. They're not magical, they're just big, devastating creatures that eat everything, and their poison is worse.
They're super predators. They're apex. They're up there with dragons and huge monsters like krakens.
So maybe the explosives aren't the failsafe. The purple worms are, and they're using the explosives to unleash them?
Purple worms are attracted to loud noises. They have the ability to feel the things around them. They can't see. And loud noises attract them. That could
Tremor
be
sense.
something. They can feel around them. They can't see. Maybe that's to unleash them. Or direct them.
But
Direct them at
how
what?
are they? Anything, I guess. But my question now would be, if the purple worms are any form of animal or beast, why are they just staying here and breathing?
Why aren't they eating their way up right now?
Well, purple worms are native to the Underdark.
Oh, lovely.
So they must have either been captured or they were brought here, possibly as eggs? Maybe? They are in the overworld as far as I know, but they're not entirely common, but they have 3 of them. They must
Why would
have...
they need them?
Well, they're unstoppable in some instances if you don't have the right preparations. They can swallow carriages whole, and even if you survive, they'll dissolve you. They're super weapons. They're terrifying. They're awful, and they're not even magic. They're just big, terrifying creatures, and they must have put them to sleep in something. They don't have magic. Dragons are magical, and they're smart. Purple worms aren't. They're just hungry.
I can try and confirm. We don't know for sure if they're there, but I can try and ping toward one of them and see if it answers.
What if they're a threat?
I think they're
They
just
are
a
a threat.
threat in their existence.
I mean, a warning sign. What if they were put in place in case people like us went snooping around where we shouldn't, to say, if we continue on what we do, they release the worms and they eat the whole city.
They would eat the whole city.
And Ace in the hole.
Even if they don't go for the people, they'll tear apart the mountains and they'll crumble.
Should I look? Make sure we're right?
Don't you need to be familiar?
I think I get the picture.
What if you wake it up?
It doesn't tell it. It doesn't tell it that I'm looking for it. The magic just knows that it's there.
Go for it.
What if it sets off an alarm?
I'll focus on the ones that are near us. If they're in all 3 towers, then there shouldn't be any alarms in the other 2 towers.
I would give like a brief description of a purple worm just so that she can get 100% sure. Like big maws. They're big fucking worms.
Yeah. You describe physically the appearance of a purple worm in trembling fear. Hickory, you get all of these depictions.
All right. Hickory's gonna find a place to like kind of tuck her and like herself and Lorelei away.
You find another one of those little alcoves like
Yeah.
Lotus had found, and Lorelei kind of like leans in front of it for you, so you definitely have like cover to work.
As she's kind of prepping for it, she looks up at Lorelei and goes, "So, they're scary, even to someone like you?"
I mean, one of them I could probably take. 3 is... I wouldn't want to get into a fight with 3.
Gotcha. And I'm gonna cast Locate Creature, searching for purple worms.
This spell can't locate a creature if running water at least 10 feet wide blocks a direct path between you and the creature, but it does not. And rock does not prevent this spell, so you easily detect 3 purple worms beneath
All 3.
you. You can detect them in each tower. Like, they are all currently within 1,000 feet of you.
Hickory. Tell me there isn't purple worms in those towers.
There are purple worms in those towers. There are purple worms under the towers.
So the 50 or so feet?
It's them coiled.
If I can detect all 3, it tells me the general direction. Is the one in... Are they all technically above ground?
You sense the direction of the creature's location as long as the creature's within 1,000 feet of you. It doesn't give you a distance or anything. So you can tell that there are 3 that are down, but you can't tell if it's... You would have to move around.
I can't tell
to, like,
how down.
You'd have to, like, triangulate where it is beneath you.
But if I were to get down to the ground floor...
Oh, if you were at the
tower,
ground floor, you could absolutely tell if it was in or under.
Hickory kind of takes a moment with Lorelai and goes, I think we need to go downstairs. I can't tell exactly where they are, but if I'm down below, I know whether they're below or in.
Take a trip to the oasis, then. She just goes and walks off.
Hush has a moment, and he's like, I know you don't tell me to talk about the reproduction, but this is important.
Okay.
Purple worms do repopulate and reproduce, but they're isolated creatures. They don't hunt in packs. They're too big.
Right.
But they are born in nests. So that means that they didn't just find 3 purple worms in the desert and bring them here. Someone was smart enough to go to a nest. A nursery. Someone was crazy enough to go to a nursery.
Hey, Hush. How long is the lifespan of a purple worm from conception?
I think it's 100 years, but I might be wrong.
Let's double check. 150.
150. About 150 years, and they grow up really fast.
Cryo. Do we know, like, how old the city of Saracen is?
The city of Saracen is definitely hundreds and hundreds of years old,
Okay.
probably pushing into the 1,000. If you want more specific history, you are currently standing with the history buff.
Elena, how old is the city of Saracen?
Like
the monsters.
1,250 years old.
Okay, never mind.
I mean, it was a city-state before the Empire got it, like 300, 400 years ago.
Maybe they didn't find a nest and bring the eggs here. Maybe this just is the nest.
Yeah, that was what I was going to say.
What do you mean this is the nest?
Maybe they didn't bring the eggs here. Maybe the eggs were laid here.
Or they built
In the-
Saracen on top of the nest.
Still, if the city's a couple thousand years old, you built a city thousands of years ago and a thing only lives to be 150.
Fair.
These are new plants. New enough, at least.
So we're talking about the Starlost.
Someone
At
put
the very least,
eggs
Martin.
Are they underground, Hickory?
Working on it.
Because if they're not underground, they couldn't have hatched there.
Mhm.
I'll let you know when I'm down. I can only get a general direction, but if I'm down on the ground floor, I can at least tell if they're lower.
From knowing I know, I think they might have been brought here. I don't know if the nest would be here. If this was a nest, they wouldn't be able to live here.
Why?
The structure of this area would be completely foobar. They leave giant holes from wherever they go. You'd see them in the mountainside.
I see.
So, the tension sort of sits as you guys wait to hear more from Hickory. Lotus, are you going to wait for Hickory and Lorelei to come down here? It's probably going to be like 20 or 30 minutes, and your invisibility will be close to running out by then. So you'd have to walk back up if you turn invisible down here. Or if you
I want to take a quick final look at the water spring. Like, is the hole just all water, or is there like any part of it that isn't? Like
make an investigation check. With advantage, because you're not in a huge rush, and it's just a hole.
23. I'm rolling really well.
Nice. It is, as you're looking at it, there is just the part where water is gushing out in this like crack. And you kind of reach your hand into this crevice to try to pull at it. Because of the water flowing through, and because this is sandstone, it's really easy for you to just pop like rock out of this little crevasse. And so you with just your hand, not even trying, you pop off like a chunk the size of your head. It just kind of tumbles down and rolls to your feet.
Okay. Well, there's like this water thing on the side of the hollow. It's what creates the oasis. So it's at the bottom. But the
water,
structural integrity of it is pretty easy. It kind of falls off with just a touch. Or
the only thing I know that makes water is Dolus.
Do you think this is like the purple worm pea?
I hope
No.
not.
Well, no, it can't be purple worm pea, but they could be using them for weapons. Purple worm's venom
Harvesting their
is...
poison.
Their venom is very, very, very potent, and it's sought after on the markets. It's deadly. If any of it gets in your body, they could be using them to collect. I don't know what wars they're fighting, but that's another thing of a reason of keeping purple worms.
You don't know what wars they're fighting? They're fighting a war on us.
And the Westwood.
That's... If they have purple worm venom, and not just one purple worm, but 3, they have weapons that could kill you in a single blow.
Still, if they've been here this long, we would have seen it at some point.
Seen what? The
We've
venom?
dealt with the Empire so much, they would have leveled it at least once.
Maybe... I don't know. I know monsters. I don't know this world's politics.
We'll see.
So, Hickory.
I do fly back up, by the way.
Oh, you fly back up? Okay, so you fly back up. You land on the bridge and find a little alcove where you can visible. Hickory, you get down to the bottom. And you go walking out that same outpost that you came in through. And there are people out and about now, some of them hanging out at the oasis and around it. And as you go down to sort of inspect it, it's concentration up to an hour. So yeah, as you get here, these creatures are definitely not taking up the entirety of the bottom part of the pillar, like was implied, but they are definitely partially in the pillar.
So they go further below it? Or
They go further below, yes.
Okay.
So it is not like they are just coiled up in the base of the pillars. There is some of them in the base, and then there is more underneath.
So it's a bit of both. They're in the tower and below it.
They're long.
Yeah, they're not coiled up, though. They go low. I can't tell how low.
1 sec. Let me double check. Do. Okay. They probably go down like 50 more feet underground.
Okay. They go down maybe another 50 feet.
If they're... They might be coiled downward? Or do they have them strung up?
It's impossible for me to tell, really.
I don't know why they would have them like that. Or how they got them like that. How have they put purple worms to sleep and kept them like this?
We don't even know if they're asleep. They could be, like you said, just strung up, can't move.
Or dominated with magic.
That could work. That they're not magical in nature. They're about as smart as a bear.
And
Probably even dumber.
And if they have enough magic to completely guard a prison with a ton of fail-safes to go with it, I imagine that they've got the magical juice to be able to string up a couple of dumb worms.
I'm curious as to how this isn't something that we just hear being talked about in town.
Nobody's
How
know.
would the people know?
The sounds of breathing.
I mean, we were all quick to dismiss it as something else. The only reason we thought of it as something strange was because there were so many of us, and multiple of us had similar experiences. But
It's
the
like
people
the
here,
Pit loom.
You just
like
eventually
that,
forget it's there.
Or
or
people that live alone.
Same difference. Constant noise. You just tune it out eventually.
Should we... Not me, obviously, but you guys should ask around and mention that you heard something last night, because you're your first time in town, and and ask if it's been happening for a while, or if these things are new, or if they've just always been here. There's no way to tell how old they are.
Lorelai and I will scope out.
I can ask around as well.
There's purple worms here.
Yay.
Yay.
Lotus is gonna start walking around town and just kind of listen in on people's conversations because she doesn't really have anything else to do.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Hush, are you gonna continue listening for any good information from the guards?
Yeah, he'll stay there for a little bit, and if it gets to the point where the guards are just like, so you guys see the game? There's not a game.
There's
If you guys see the worm,
What'd you do?
there's not a worm.
What'd you do
Never got the
yesterday? What'd you do yesterday? I
There
was
is no
with the
worm,
kid in
it's
the
Saracen.
old ball and chain.
Then a kid runs up and he's like,
God.
I don't know who my dad is.
Dolus,
I'll stay there.
Dollars. That's me.
you and Alina discover the very top of the second pillar, the residential pillar.
Yeah.
The airship landing built into the top of the structure. You sort of step out onto it. You guys you headed out onto the overlook, and you could see like a structure above you. And so, as all this conversation was happening, you moved through the various stairwells and stuff. Dolus, make just make a survival check for me.
Oh, for why? Okay.
What am I surviving?
It's 19. I rolled a 12.
Survival is also for guiding and following paths and tracks. So Dolus, you
Airship tracks.
this
Chemical
is
trails.
Oh, God.
You definitely sort of put together into your head the most efficient way to get to from the hollow to here without flight, if you have to.
I knew that all along.
So if for some reason you guys can't fly, you now know the fastest way to get to the airship land. As you step out up top,
Nice.
it's like a train station terminal sort of structure above you. There are two sort of landing like bays made of wood and stone that airships can dock in. One of them currently has an airship dock.
What is
It's
it
very
look like?
it's very steampunk sort of up here.
How do you get to the shuttle?
Well, so you guys came up some stairs and you stepped out onto this big sort of top of the pillar.
Yeah.
It's a platform. It's got railings everywhere, all around it. It's like, you ever go to like a canyon or a waterfall or a
Nope.
cliff of some kind, and it has a. That's right. You live in the south. Okay.
I've been on a mountain. There's
I've been on a mountain. I don't know if it'll. I don't know if I'll have a good image that I can give you. Okay, 1 second.
Wait, so
So-
okay, my question is
Mhm.
is the where the airships park like attached to
To the pillar.
top of the
Yes.
pillar, or is it
Yes.
like okay, so it's just is it like extending off of it, or is it like a helipad where they just sort
It
of, like-
is. It is like I was saying. It's almost just like a train station, like a terminal. Like there are the two slots where an airship flies in and like lands, and then it just takes off and leaves. So it's almost like you're standing on a train platform to get onto one
Okay, I
as you
see.
come up. That's you've taken trains. It's
I
like
have
it's
taken
like a-
trains. We
Yeah,
ain't got cliffs or waterfalls or canyons or anything interesting, but we
Oh,
do got trains.
you know where the north to south line and the east to west line meet for Marta, the one really big
Yeah.
station when we went to
5
the airport.
points.
Yeah, 5 points.
Uh-huh.
It's like that. It's like that scale. It's this big ass like platform.
I'm like, what does this have to do with cliffs?
I got you.
Okay, so I'm like near this ship, one that
Oh
is-
yeah, it's
okay.
like less than 100 feet away from you as you come up onto this.
What
like,
kind of
platform.
people what's happening around it? Are people undocking things? Are they like
No one is currently loading anything on or off of it. It looks like it
Okay.
probably got in sometime last night, and most of the stuff has been unloaded. There's a couple of like boxes and crates left near like where the cargo was unloaded. This doesn't look like your airship. It doesn't have a balloon or anything. It is just like you took the structure of your ship and like removed the front like pointy bit so that it was just this sort of like, I don't know, half of an oval.
awesome?
Like the bottom half of a Subway sandwich.
Okay. Are there people around?
There are some guards around. There's someone at like a ticket booth nearby. And you see a few people up on the top deck, but they seem to be sort of lounging about. It doesn't look like anything active is happening with this airship right now.
Okay. Am I gonna do this? I'm gonna do it.
Let's go.
I'm gonna step forwards towards the airship. I'm gonna look to Alina like, don't worry, I got this. Hello there, gentlemen! Call up to the people on the top.
You call up, and for a second, you just hear like a little bit of muttering, and then one of the guys like leans over the edge and just, "Hello."
Hello! Oh, from where do you come?
Altair, the only place that these ships go.
Oh!
I mean, I guess if you want to be specific about it, I come from by the ports.
From what? From by the ports.
Uh-huh.
I see. Sorry, this is my first time seeing an airship.
Oh, alright. It's a beaut, isn't it? And like slaps the railing.
It's very beautiful. Is it your ship?
No, I wish.
Oh. Okay. Why is it here?
Well, in cargo between the Artificers Guild over in Altair and here in Saracen.
Oh. Cool.
Yeah. Cool.
What's your name?
It's my name.
Yeah.
My name's Earl.
Earl. Hi, Earl.
Hello.
I really thought he was gonna be like, "Is this your ship?" No. Why isn't it your ship?
Fucking loser!
You fucking loser.
I thought they were gonna
Earl.
launch into the fucking meme of like the Ezekiel meme. What's your name?
What's your
Ezekiel.
name?
Fuck you, Ezekiel.
Fuck you, what's your name?
Well, it's nice to meet you, Earl.
What's your name?
My name?
Yeah, I'm Earl. What's your name?
Dennis.
Hi, Dennis. And what's your friend's name? He like gestures at Alina.
Alice.
There's just like a little head cock to you, like he can't see it because she's got the witch hat, but she's like, yes.
Through my teeth, just, it's the first thing I could think of.
He's like, do you two want to come up on deck and see it?
Look at Alina.
Oh,
I would love to. However, I have business to attend to. I just heard that a ship had docked here, and I wanted to see it. I've just recently moved here.
oh, you moved to a shithole.
Thank you. How often do airships come and park here?
Every couple of weeks.
How long do they stay?
How long are we staying this time? Like you just should to the other dude. We're just here for a few days.
Will there be
If you ever
another
want-
one in this dock? Point to the
Sometimes.
other.
Right now, the other one's in Altair, so they sort of trade back and forth. But if both end up in one place, there's spots for two. There's
Oh,
a few
so
other
are there
airships
only
that-
two?
Well, there are a few other airships that run all sorts of places over the Empire, but these are the only two that go right back and forth.
I see. I see.
The others are sort of as needed by like holdmasters or politicians and stuff.
Okay. Well,
So if
It
you
was-
want to get a tour of it before we leave, come back and you find out.
I'll maybe when I'm free, Earl.
Or if you want to
I've-
take a vacation to Altair, I'm sure that nice ticket teller lady over there would be very happy to sell you a fare.
Oh. Very interesting. Thank you, Earl.
All right. Good to meet you, Dennis.
Yes, it is. I'll turn around. I'll go.
Yes. I don't know.
It sure is nice to meet me.
You're welcome.
Yes, it is good to meet Dennis.
You're like a fucking alien who isn't even a good alien.
I don't know what it is
We
about
are aliens.
Crow saying "you're welcome" just immediately reminded me of the bloopers of My Hero Academia of just, is it Dave?
I'm gonna
Dave.
I like turn around and I do like a gesture to Alina, and then I'll walk over to the ticket lady. Why not?
Her eye like twitches as you walk past her, and she's like, I love him so much.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
It's very nice to meet you.
And it is very nice to meet you.
How much is a ticket to Altairi?
It depends if you want standard fare or a luxury cabin.
There are cabins.
There are. Standard fare just has you on deck wherever they can put you or down in the hold. But if you want a cabin to yourself, that will cost more.
How much is each thing?
If you just want to ride, then that it will be 150 gold. And it's
Okay.
one way. If you want to come back, it's 250. So it is a discount for a round trip.
That's cheap.
But you do have to plan ahead of time. If you
Okay.
want to have a whole cabin to yourself, that is 300 for one way, and it is 600 for round trip. There's no discount for round trip.
Oh. Can you like mix them? Like, can you get luxury on the way there and then round trip on the and then standard fare on the way back?
Yes, you can, but there will be no discount for round trip.
What if I get the standard fare there and luxury back?
It will still be the cost of one way both ways.
Okay. Well.
Also,
been-
we cannot guarantee transport on ships that are not currently docked, so you cannot get tickets ahead of time.
Okay.
So you
Well-
would have to get it if you wanted a trip to Altair. You cannot plan ahead. You would have to get a trip on the current airship because we never
Yes.
know when the airships are going to come in on official business.
Obvious. Yeah, of course. I get it. Don't worry. This has been very insightful.
Would you and your your wife like to see tickets today?
No. Goodbye.
Goodbye, sir. It was great talking to you.
Goodbye, I'm Dennis.
Goodbye, Dennis.
It's great to meet me.
I'm Dennis.
I'm Dennis.
Dennis!
Yeah!
I can't wait
Yeah.
for the fact that he's gonna go around and talk to a bunch of people, and then at the end of this trip, we're leaving, and then you're just like, "Hey, Dennis! Hey, Dennis!
Well, bro,
Bye, Dennis!
I
Bye,
just
Dennis!"
I just can't
fuck
get
is
over the
Dennis?
fact that Dolus just learned that like there's these absolute fucking monsters under the tower, and then he's like going over the logistics of airship fare.
Well, what? Well, I mean, what am I supposed to do? You want me to go down there now?
Yeah, go and talk to the purple
Like,
worms.
oh,
Ask
there's
them
purple
about the
worms?
airship.
I know where I gotta go.
Ask them about the airship fare. See
I
if
gotta
they
start
know.
digging, dog.
I got my head in the clouds. I need to be thinking lower.
You were also just told to start asking around about the breathing, and instead you were like airship fare.
Well, I'm fucking the first person I talked
Hi,
to
I'm-
doesn't live here.
Dennis.
Hi, I'm Dennis. Do you hear breathing at night?
No,
Okay.
no, it's the fucking kid. Sometimes I hear breathing at night.
I'm Dennis.
So stupid. Why am I
You forgot to open mouth cough, Crow.
Oh, sorry. Do you hear breathing at night? My name is Dennis. Fucking like hand over the nose.
My grandma told me that when there's breathing, at night there's purple worms.
I have worms.
I have worms.
I asked my grandma if she has purple worms, and she said no, they're ringworms. Boy, howdy.
Why do the worms have rings? Shut up, Dennis.
Shut up, Dennis. I'm Dennis.
Awesome.
I'm Dennis. My worm is purple.
Oh god.
Okay. Well,
What were we doing?
so Dennis
Dolus,
walks
what are you
away.
up to?
I'm gonna sort of like,
us up too.
like lightly elbow Alina, and just like feel like I did pretty good back there.
I love you so much.
Oh, okay. I love you too. Are
I'm
you
just
saying
reminded
this?
of that sometimes.
Do you love me more because of my performance back there, or is
I love Dolus. Dennis is a man.
hell yeah he is? And a believable
wee
one
man.
too. A believable one too.
You walk off all confident. She's like,
And then I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna go to the bazaar. And I'm gonna go and like find the bazaar. And I'm gonna go and I'm gonna look for a fruit stall. Like a stall of, like some sort of business that would imply this person is stationed here permanently. Yeah.
okay.
Like a farmer of some kind.
You can definitely find places that are selling food and that sort of thing.
Okay.
There's a lot more like jerky and dried food and that sort of thing around here.
Mm.
But yeah, you're able to just walk up to one of the various attendants.
Hello.
Hello?
It's nice to meet you. Oh, well, you've got some fine selection here.
Yes, I do only the finest. I can get you a little bit of everything, or just the best of whatever you're after.
What is this the guy who's selling like dried
Dried
meat?
fruits and stuff.
Okay. What kind of fruits are dried here?
I mean, you got some like dried apricots, raisins, craisins,
I
all
point
sorts of
at-
various like dried out oranges and stuff.
I point out one of the apricots. I'm like, I've never seen this before. What is it?
It's a dried apricot.
Oh,
All of these fruits, when you dry them, they become how do I say this? They become richer, sweeter,
oh,
better tasting, easier to store, which is the main thing, honestly.
how much for one of these dried apricots? I would like to try one.
Oh, if you just want to try one here, he hands you like a little cut.
I take it and I eat it. Do I like it?
You're good.
I'm rolling to see if Dolus likes
Oh, okay.
apricots. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty good. It is. It's very like rich and like it is sweet, but there's like an earthiness to it.
Wow. Now you have to tell me how much these cost.
Well, if you'd like a bag, it's only 2 silver.
Only 2 silver?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how many come in a bag?
Bags come by weight, so they could be anywhere from half a dozen to a dozen, based on
Lovely.
how heavy it all is.
Lovely. Well, I'll take a bag
All right.
and I'll hand him 2 gold instead. For you, sir.
Of course. Anything else for you and your he like glances at Alina. You could tell that there's some kind of like There's some kind of weird expression on his face that you don't immediately place, but he kind of like
Insight check.
sucks it up. Oh, make an insight check. Go right ahead.
Luck point. That's a 19, 16 plus 3. The first one was a 5 total.
He is uncomfortable, like when he looks at Alina. Almost this like he almost didn't want to acknowledge her at first.
Is there a problem? Sorry.
No, that's everything's fine here. Just selling dried fruit. Don't want any trouble.
I don't want trouble either. I'm sorry if I made any implication that I wanted trouble.
No, you're fine. We just don't see a lot of her type around here.
Look at Alina.
Women?
You look at Alina and she kind of like leans in and she's like, mages. They don't see a lot of mages.
Right. Well, I'm just thinking like, how could he tell? And
She's wearing a witch hat.
Yeah.
She's a
Like, I had a question. I just moved here. Actually. So, I had a question.
Well, nice to meet you first then. I'm Sarim.
It's nice to meet you, Sally. My name is Dennis.
Dennis. Good to meet you.
Shake his hand. I just moved here, and last night was my first night resting in my comfortable bed. And I couldn't help but I had awoken at some point, and I heard what sounded like a breathing or something. Is that normal?
Yes, the desert breath, we call it here. It's acquired. You'll adjust to it. Ever since the awakening, a few people started to notice it, and then it started to get louder and more prominent.
What is it?
Best we can tell, it's water running under the pillars. Causes something as they run through that sounds almost like breathing. You can hear it. You can hear it loudest down by the oasis.
Oh,
Some
see.
people actually enjoy it very much. It soothes them to sleep. Others sit and meditate down by the oasis because of it.
Wow. That's very interesting.
Yes. I'd say so. It's one of the eccentricities of living here in Saracen.
And do you like it here?
Me? Yes. I mean, it's a nice place. I lived here my whole life. My father, he worked on the plateau making fruits, and he gave the business to me, and here I am.
Do you like the prison?
Oh, the hollow.
Yes.
I mean, the fact that it's a sort of part of the city is uncomfortable for me. I have to do a lot of business, and I have to walk right past those doors. But it's never caused any trouble, so...
Very sturdy. Has there ever been like a breakout?
Nope. 100% retention rate.
Oh. Well, that's reassuring.
Certainly. That's the only reason I put up with it.
Understandable, sir. Well, you've helped me a great deal today.
Of course. It's great to meet you, Dennis, and Miss...
Alice.
Miss Alice. She just kind of like nods. Then she already kind of like starts walking before you do.
Well, I hope to see you around another day when I buy more of these fruits.
Of course. Here every day.
Lovely. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Dennis. Fucking
I-
weird.
I turn around and I'm immediately like, all right. And I link back to Hush.
Mission statement.
Yeah.
Mission
This is like a
statement. My
Mission
name is
Impossible
Dennis.
bum,
I mean,
bum,
Mission
statement.
statement.
Mission Dennis.
Hush, you there?
yep. I'm listening to them talk. They're not
Okay.
interesting.
All right, well,
never
stop
said
listening to them.
I'm kidding.
Send this out to everyone, right? Apparently, the people here are aware of the breathing. It's known as the desert breath. It's people believe that it's caused by the waterways, the water flowing from the towers. But and nobody seems to suspect any foul play. Apparently, it started around the time of the awakening, specifically.
They have no idea. Okay. I send that out to everybody. The awakening. What would the awakening do something with this?
Cryo, would this be around the time that I'm basically getting the same answer from folks at the Oasis?
Yeah, I was gonna say you would talk to people who are like meditating down at the oasis, and they would all confirm that they're down here to listen to the breath of the desert. The desert breath.
Desert breath sounds like something you wake up with.
Yeah.
It
I was gonna
is.
say,
Dude,
it
your
sounds like a
throat's all
Mountain Dew
dry.
flavor.
Yeah, that's when you open mouth cough.
That's when you breathe dryly like that.
Yeah. Yeah, so Hush, you
Breath, the
ping out to
opposite of Mountain
Hickory.
Dew.
You ping out to Hickory, and she basically comes back with like, yeah, I mean, all the people down at the Oasis are basically saying the same thing.
Is the water different down at the oasis?
Doesn't look any different.
You want me to try it? Like Lorelai just pings back.
Yeah. Try it. See if you taste anything like in a runoff, maybe.
Just pulls like her water skin out, dumps like all of her normal water, and just starts filling it up.
Drink.
If this tastes fucking weird, I'm gonna throw up on you, Hickory. And she just starts drinking.
Bro, I swear to God.
You're
if
the
Lorelai
one
dies
here.
Imagine Lorelai dies here.
No. She drinks like a few chugs, and then she like leaves some in her mouth after drinking a few, and is like,
It's piss.
Vala was always better at this than me.
She's checking for poisons.
Not poison.
But not normal.
I've been poisoned plenty of times. That's not poison. Or if it is, it's some really weak ass shit.
Definitely not purple worm.
Purple worm pea.
It's got a weird aftertaste.
Acid.
Well, maybe. Little on the tangy side, but it is just water, as far as I can tell.
Maybe ask some people around the oasis if they've ever drank it. Or know somebody who's drank it.
I'm
Water in
sorry.
the desert.
One of the things that wasn't taught to me is what purple worm pea tastes like.
Don't apologize for that. Don't apologize for that.
I'd rather not know.
Maybe I do know. I need to be a little bit smarter.
No.
No.
Hickory, start asking people so Hush can stop talking.
Okay. She just kind of like runs off and
Hickory,
starts
let's
asking
change the
people if they've drank the water.
Yeah, you just go up to you go up to a dude who was like meditating on a rock when you asked him again. And he's just like, hello again.
Hi.
It's Mara.
What can I do for you this time?
Have you ever drank the Oasis water?
Oh, the purest of the pure, yeah.
Do you know what's in it?
All natural minerals, baby.
hydrogen and oxygen.
It's just water and earth.
Okay. Thank you. Hickory immediately starts looking for somebody who, god damn it.
He's into total hippie.
Yeah. Like somebody who might seem a little more on the like druidic side to where they might be able to break it down a little bit more.
Ooh. No one here like that immediately. It seems like most of people who are currently here for their like mid-morning meditations.
Okay.
Like
Anybody artificery?
everyone down here are like gentrified white folk who go meditating in the park.
Great. Okay.
Did they say what it was?
It's all a bunch of people. Mara would have gotten along great here, and she just like she shuffles back to Lorelai and she empties her water skin and like fills it up with some of the oasis water and goes, "Okay, I think I remember the Artificer Guild is. Maybe they can just tell us what's in it."
Also, maybe get I'll paint the house to tell the Hickory. Tell Hickory to bring to get like a sample or like whatnot, so we can also inspect it.
Yeah.
Back at the apartment.
It was crazy. It's
say-
almost like I just did that.
Well, you asked them to take the Artificer Guild. What if they take it?
It's a
and they
whole
just pour
water
it out?
skin.
I don't know. Maybe they're thirsty.
Lorelai filled her water skin too.
There you go.
Did you ask where it like runs through?
I don't think anybody knows.
It runs
Also-
through the penis of the
I
great
asked it.
purple worm.
Also, when I asked them, they basically just said it was the purest of the pure and totally water and minerals, man. So I don't think they're going to be very useful.
I'm gonna level you. You asked one dude when you asked one question.
Well, okay. Don't tell
I can
Lorelai.
ask around more.
Oh. Hush says, "Don't tell Lorelai," and then he unpings from Lorelai, and he's like, "Purple worms have a lot of minerals that just sit there in their stomach, and everything runs through them. And a lot of the times they have a lot of minerals, valuable minerals there, and that's why people cut up in purple worms. So it might be purple worm pee if it's got minerals in it."
What are you doing?
Why is these motherfuckers pissing so much? What are they drinking?
Don't tell
Hickory.
Lorelai.
Yeah.
Make a performance check to make your face not sort of make a face as Hush tells you that in front of Lorelai.
It's like if there are
15.
because this is a constant stream of water. They have to be constantly pissing.
Oh, yeah.
Or they piss a lot and it's just slowly releasing.
Oh, no. They got leakage.
The last time they pissed was 10 years ago. It's still running.
What did you say it was?
15. I hope she beats me.
You're like, you hear that from Hush, and you like, your face just kind of like twitches almost for a moment, and she's just like, she squints. What'd the weird kid tell you?
That you're really pretty?
What'd the weird kid tell you about the water? What's wrong with the water?
It might be purple worm pee.
I mean, if it's piss, it's pretty.
Oh my God, Lorelai!
Pretty good for piss.
Hickory just has a moment where she's just staring at her.
What? It just tastes like water. It just tastes like.
That's understandable.
Girl boss, girl dinner.
Girl dinner.
Girl dinner.
Is this the only
He's making piss.
oasis? Because if there are 3 purple worms, then there should be 3
There's-
oasis. Unless they all go
There's,
to the same.
no, they all run into the same one.
Where are the other piss fountains?
No, where are the other ones?
3 streams run into one.
Pillar has a stream that all
They're
runs
crossing
together.
the
Crossing
streams.
streams.
Kari, what did you say, Cryo?
I said each pillar has a stream out of it that all together make like the oasis in the center. So
Oh
It's
my
at-
god.
I said the purple word piss kind of as a joke.
It's an away piss.
Okay, I
No,
will
shut
go
up,
at-
Kay.
Laura
I don't
Hickory
wait,
has a
Biz.
moment and she's just like, I'm gonna
it's
ask.
not weird. It tastes like water.
No, she's just like, I'm just gonna go ask somebody with something real quick and just like kind of find somebody else that doesn't look like a
I'm not
total
weird,
fucking
Hickory.
hippie.
Only because you walk away.
Not weird.
No,
walk
but you're
up to
very
someone-
pretty.
You hold up the water skin. Is this piss?
No.
Is there somebody in there big pissing?
Hey, take a swig of this. Does that take like piss to you?
Oh my god.
Are you a piss drinker?
I'm just hitting Lorelai back with the "You're very pretty."
Why you turn to people when you don't want to say things, Hickory?
Oh man, I'm so
She's
glad we
gonna
recorded
immediately
another
walk over to
episode.
somebody else that doesn't look like a total hippie. She's like, "Hi, I'm sorry, I'm new here. Can I ask you a question real quick?"
Yeah, sure.
My name's Dennis.
Nice lady
My name's
medicine.
Dennis. Do you hear breathing at night?
I don't know my dad.
I don't know my dad. My
Every
dad's
time
dead.
you guys meet a motherfucker.
So she's like, where does the water come from here? I mean, they seem to like come out of the towers.
Oh, well, legends say that it was a blessing from the goddess of water here in the desert. That Aelia opened a portal from the plane of water right here. And it just sort of let water happen. I don't know, actually, though. There are some people who study that sort of thing. I mean, we have, oh gosh, there are some druids here in the city who might be able to help you. Dan! And like another dude later on is just like, shh, chill, you're fucking with the vibe. Dan, where's the druids? Where's the druid temple? Shh. West side of the plateau.
West side.
Okay, so
Shut up. I'm getting zen. And he just like closes his eye again.
Drinking piss.
So if it's the west side of the plateau, then like logically, because I would want to go to the Artificers Guild, I would have to pass the Druid area and like the Druid Tower in order to get to the Artificers Guild, right?
You could go into either side of the plateau and then go up to the pillars. So either way you're going would get you to the pillars, but if you go west, you can go
Okay,
to
I can
where
hit
the
both.
druids are, and then you can hit both.
Sick. Okay. Thank you. Namaste.
The fuck does that mean?
That's a
Tough,
cool
tough.
word. We should keep that.
I like that one. Yeah, let's keep that one. Namaste,
cool.
namaste. Like they all just start muttering it.
Hickory has a moment. She kind of turns around and goes, I may have broken the fourth wall. No, she turns back to Lorelai and she's like, okay, it could be a blessing and not pee.
You don't have. Why are you saying it that it's weird? We thought it was water. I took a sip. It tastes like water. If it's pee, that's kind of gross. But like, it's not the worst thing. Why are you making a big deal out of this?
We should go talk to the druids, and if they don't know, we should talk to the artificers to find out what's in it.
Stop acting weird, or I'll hit you.
Okay.
That's not That's not acting weird, Hickory.
Damn, guys, it looks like Lorelai's getting pissy.
Hickory like kind of okay, this isn't weird. You drink piss.
I'm gonna fucking kill you later. She just follows behind you.
Hickory has a moment to where just intrusive thought immediately comes in and she goes, is that a threat or a promise? And just runs.
Where are you going?
Hickory, you're really pissing me off.
No, not that way.
Later, piss drinker.
Yeah, but fucking just,
You better watch out or I'll drink your piss later.
is that a threat or a promise? And just fucking darts.
We're getting demonetized.
I am so glad we recorded another episode tonight. This is the worst episode of Starlost Seas. I'm glad that we've reached our valley of like the lowest we can go.
While hush.
What was your favorite
drinking
episode of
piss.
Starlost Seas?
I
drinking piss for a
I'm glad that like four of us said that joke.
Mike.
I like the four of us said that punchline at the same time, so it's absolutely gonna be completely inaudible. It's just gonna be like.
It's like that one TikTok audio where there's just a bunch of noise and it was just like statistically, if you do, like they all align on piss.
It's entirely possible.
It's entirely possible.
All right, what's the next scene?
Hi,
Cut the next scene, director.
They are all sort of the guards. The crates finish getting stacked. The crates finish getting stacked, and the cart is taken away. The guards sign like off on it, and then one of them is just like, "Do you want to go in and tell him, or should I go in and tell him?" I'm not fucking leaving. Just go. You don't have to be so angry, man. Look, I get it. No, fuck you. Just okay, all right. We don't need to get into this. He like goes into the door, and the other dude who's all angry is just left alone. And he's just like, fucking hate that guy.
Is the door still open?
The door is open, like so. It's works kind of like an airlock, where one door opens and then it closes, and then the inner door opens.
Okay, so I couldn't just like walk in.
So that's why I said it's got like that chain link thing with the like X metal brace. And so you open that first gate / door, step into this little enclosed area that you can see, and then the big metal door behind it opens.
Shit. Okay. And it's made of stone, so it can't detect thoughts. And
I will say, as he goes to go in, you would have time if you want to follow. I would have to ask for another stealth check. We wouldn't use your last one, but
okay.
you'd have time.
From last session.
From last session, yeah.
Yeah, from last session.
Which
Also,
was
with
last
how
week.
bright it is out here, it would be a straight roll. It wouldn't be advantage.
Okay. Regardless, I can re-roll it with sorcery points. Yeah. I'll see my opportunity, and Hush will like go around the crates. I'll try to like follow suit, and let them know. Like, I'll ask first. Be like, one of the guards is going in to talk to whoever ordered these. Do I follow? I think I can do it.
That's insanely risky, Hush. How are you gonna get out?
Follow.
Can you turn invisible?
No, but it's probably dark inside.
I don't
Can
know
you
about
see?
that.
Is it dark inside?
He's not gonna have enough time to see inside if he's not following.
Do I do it?
This
Hush.
is kind of a make or break moment.
Hush. Do you believe you can do it?
Yeah.
The gate is opened.
Yep. I'm gonna go.
Go.
I'm going to stealth. You said it's a straight roll?
Straight roll.
Okay. 25. And I'm gonna bolster Naka just in case.
Ooh, okay.
So it's oh bro, that's a 30.
Woo! They don't notice as you slip in. You like perfectly casually slip in this dude's blind spot. You're like 2 feet away from him as you slide around this corner. He just casually closes the gate behind himself and goes to open the main door. He like opens with this big clunk as he pulls this handle, and it slides open. And he steps in, and you again duck in his little blind spot as he turns to close it behind himself. It is darker in here. It is immediately darker in here. So you do immediately have the sort of comfort of the shadows.
Okay. That's fine. I'm going to
Go ahead.
trying to get into a position where I can. Is he walking?
Yeah, he's gonna start walking.
Okay. I will. Is there a? Is it like a straight corridor, or is it? Ooh, actually, can I hear the breathing a lot more in here now?
All right, let's handle one thing at a time.
Yeah. Sorry.
First
I'm
thing
excited.
first. I know you're so excited. You got a really good roll. You're doing something cool.
Does it smell like piss in here?
No.
So, it is a long sort of hallway that you're in immediately with this almost like vault-esque main door that this dude turns away from. By the luck of the gods, he turns away from you, so he doesn't turn look right at you as he's turning, and look like he turns over the opposite shoulder, basically. And he starts walking down. There is this hallway, and up at towards the front on one side, there is like a window.
Okay.
And then there is another door. And so he walks up to this window and he's like, "Hey, it's me. Yeah, no, the crates outside. They're all stacked up. So whenever the warden's like ready, we can start bringing them in if he wants. But I don't know. I can go in and get some of the other guys if you want to just pop the door open for me." The other person on the other side is talking. Strangely enough, the other person on the other side is like talking, and you can't hear them. Like it's almost like it's not magical. It's like this whole space is designed to make it like sound is not echoing through it.
Oh, okay.
So you just sort of hear mumbling from them. Like you can hear that they're talking, but you can't, like it's not loud enough for you to make anything out.
Okay. Okay.
So if someone was like shouting or talking on the other side of that window, you wouldn't be able to like tell what they were saying.
Okay. I'll keep stealthing and just listening. I won't interact.
Okay. The door is opened. The guy like opens it up, and you see him like slot something in, and it just stays like open as he goes walking into this other room. There are lights on the ceiling, little like lit up torches in tubes along the way, almost like fluorescent lighting.
Okay.
Like they pump in some sort of like gas or oil wick that then lights in these little lanterns.
The entire time I'm explaining the surroundings to everybody.
Okay.
And do I hear?
You guys do continue to hear Hush as he describes this hallway.
Okay.
Do I hear breathing?
You don't hear breathing in here.
Don't. Okay. And I'll let them know, like, in this main corridor, I don't hear any breathing. I have an opening if I ever need to get out. Do I stay?
What do you
I don't
see
know
through that door?
You mean the door that opened for me to leave?
Well, no, the door that opened is further in. The door to leave is closed behind you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I opened the door ajar for me. Okay, yeah, I'll go like
to the other end of the hall, and he opened up a door, and he went further in. You heard his half of the conversation. He's getting other like people to help with the crates.
Yep. Okay. I'll listen. I'll go up to the door, and I will listen to see if I hear people inside, and if I don't, I will look in.
You are crouched. You are short enough to like go under this window, like right up to the door, and like lean your ear and your head sort of in. There is this big circular room on the other side of this door that has stairwells going down in the very center of it that are almost in this like cage.
Mm-hmm.
Another locked like gate that keeps you from just going down these stairs. So like you have to open this big metal gate to then go down the stairs. You can't just like it's not like the stairs are just straight down.
Okay.
And you look, and there are other little rooms, and they have signs above them that you can read. So you see that there's like guard quarters, offices, armory, warden's office.
Warden's office.
Mm-hmm.
So I know it's on the first floor.
Mm-hmm.
I list that off to everybody of like what I see. I don't think it's a good idea for me to follow to the next gate, because that's a little too deeper in. I might not have, especially with the amount of people that's about to come out.
Okay. I will say, as you're here, the people who are going to come out into this hallway to the door on the other end of this hallway, and unless you are lucky and in their blind spots, you don't have a good place to hide in this hallway.
Okay.
So to hide from the people who are coming, you would have to go further in. Because in this big sort of circular room, there are boxes of stuff, and there are various things hanging up. There's also all those other rooms. Like you'll have to pick another place to hide other than here.
Okay.
And sneak out
fine.
behind them.
That's fine.
Okay.
Is there a window on the warden's office?
Is there a window in the warden's office?
There is.
I will.
Like on the door. There's like a small square window on the door.
It's probably a lot taller than me.
It
Right.
is taller. It is a lot taller than you.
Okay. Yeah, there's a window, but I'm not tall enough to reach it. Damn. I will continue forward. I know the layout of like where the bunks are.
You sneak in, like you pass through this doorway into this center circle, and you immediately lose contact with everyone you were connected to. Like you
That's where it is.
feel this separation immediately hit.
Okay.
And everyone outside, you immediately, like the Discord call disconnect. Like you immediately just, there's where Hush was like, all right, I'm going in. There's just boom.
Oh shit. Okay.
Damn it.
And Hush, you kind of like turn and you look back at the door, and around the frame are all of those sigils like carved in it on the inside. So you have found the anti-magic walkway there is an anti-magic like cut here.
Okay. So that's where the magic will sound off.
Mm-hmm.
Or is that okay?
So you remember how it was like you can detect up to a certain point, and then there's like a barrier?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So like it didn't get rid of any magic you currently have. It didn't dispel any magic. Magic just cannot
Suppress
pass
it.
past that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I will obviously go through, and I'll try to find a vantage point where I know I can hide, and let the guys start piling through.
There is a shelf nearby that if you climb up to the top of it, you can hide in like the little dark shadows near the ceiling.
Okay, I'll do that.
You can have advantage again because it is kind of dimly lit in here from the various lights, but I'll need another stealth check.
Okay. Okay. I'm not kidding on this next one. Okay, wow. 30 again because I rolled an 18. I'm not gonna bolster knack that one.
Valid. Yeah, no, you almost Assassin's Creed parkour-esque, just like 3 quick leaps up, and then you're just nestled on top of the shelf like a fucking cat.
Mm-hmm.
And then that same guard comes out and he's like, yeah, no, he's being a dick to me. He's been a dick to me all day. I don't know what the big deal is. It's like, look, man, you're dating his sister. He's not going to get along with you. That's just how it works.
Oh my god! God, I wish I could have told everybody that.
It's a small city, man. Like, there's not I don't get out a lot. We hang out at his place all the time. Yeah, it makes sense that you're doing it. It also just makes sense that he's mad. They just like this group of like 4 dudes just like casually walk through while they're muttering all of that.
And they come back out.
Yeah, they head out that hallway. From this vantage point, taking in the whole room, you can see the 2 other doors that must lead to the other hallways, to the other doors out of the tower.
Okay. I know where the cutoff is. I know where the warden's office is. I'm cut off from everybody else. I think this would be where I would, unless there's something of intrigue.
There is one other thing that I will note that you can see now that they have opened that door into the guard barracks. And that is that there are still some more guards in there. So even though those 4 dudes just left, there still are more guards in the like guard barracks.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just up here on the main level. So you don't know who's down below you.
Okay. There's the guard barracks. Once they start pouring out, do you think I have would Hush assume like, okay, that's my way out? Hush is keeping in mind of how he's going to leave because he's disconnected.
Make an intelligence check with advantage because you're a sneaky.
Okay.
You are good at the sneaking.
18.
18.
Thank you for advantage because that was a 4. No, that was a 5.
Going out the same door as them, you can probably get out, but they'll probably see you once you're out. So if you can get out that way, you'll probably have to run. Versus if you tried to leave through one of the other doors, You might be able to sneak out past some other guards somehow. You're not totally sure. But you know for sure if you go out the way you came, you'll probably... It's almost impossible to not be spotted. But you could probably get out.
Okay. So it's either I get spotted and run, which is completely a thing I can do. But that would really lead to me be on the watch list. Or I could attempt to go out the other way and get spotted and then get trapped inside.
Well, but the guards are all outside, right? So if you went through one of the other doors, no?
So yeah, the guards at the 2 other doors are outside. So if you could somehow like sneakily get through those doors to the outside, there's a better chance of sneaking there than there is the main gate, or the currently open gate.
Okay. Oh, wow, this is a hard decision. Okay. I have a chance of not getting caught at all versus me getting caught. There's a 100% chance I'm getting caught if I go out the front. And not 100% chance if I go out the other way.
One of the 2 sides.
Yep.
I'm going to pick one of the 2 sides.
Okay. Odds or evens?
Odds.
Okie
Against
doke.
the odds.
You're going out the left door then.
Okay.
Oh, man. I have things I want to say, but I don't want to metagame. I'm like, oh, man.
I'm worried about not getting Hush caught and jeopardizing this whole thing.
Hush, you climb down. As you climb down, 1 second in this moment of tension, let me look at your passives. Ooh. Make a perception check for me.
Okay. 15.
That is your passive. So will you? Awesome.
I can bolster knack it if I need to. If it's not enough.
If you want to, you might get more information.
I only have like 1 more of those.
You can use it now or save it. 15 gets you something, but it probably doesn't give you everything.
I'll save it. I'll use what I got.
There is a ring of keys hanging just inside the guard quarters on the wall.
Okay. And that's all I got.
That's all you can see from this angle as you climb down.
Okay. I will try. And do I see any guards walking the premises right now? Okay.
Nope.
It's probably. Oh, they're probably all in there though. At that point.
He did say there were more in there already.
Yeah, you do know that there are more guys in there. Like, you don't know if they're looking at the door right now or what's going on, but like, you saw a few of them moving around in there before you climbed.
Yeah. Shit. Shit. Okay. Fuck. I should have used my bolstered knack. I should have known. All right. I'll get a little bit closer to the guard office.
Okay. All right. Nothing happens as you get closer.
Do I hear a lot of people in it?
You hear people talking in there.
Okay.
Does he see more?
From this angle, he doesn't see anybody. He'd have to like lean further into the doorway.
Okay.
So if there is anyone in there, they are either right in the corner where you can't see them past this doorway, or they are in the back. Like there's not going to be anybody within like 10 feet of the door.
Okay. And I know I can't really get through any of the doors without the keys.
Okay.
I mean, you saw these outer ones just sort of open, so you're not really sure how they work.
I'm gonna go to the door first, like to see if I can examine like how they might, if it might need to be like an open from the inside kind of thing.
These doors don't seem to have locks. It seems like the guards on the outside and all the guards on the inside are currently sufficient. Like they have locks, but they are not locked currently. Doesn't seem like they're worried about people coming in.
Yikes.
People
Fuck.
don't usually try to break into prison.
Yeah. I'm like, it seems you get the idea with your high intelligence, because you are intelligent. You get the idea that all of the locks on all of these successive doors and gates are for the case of someone breaking out. So they would lock upwards and outwards. They wouldn't lock from the outside going in.
How do I get out of here?
What I'm saying is that you could just leave.
The doors
right
are just unlocked.
Yeah, but there's
now. They
probably
are
guards.
currently
I mean, their guards are going to be there now and later. The guards are going to be there whether there's keys or not. I don't know why I started saying in that accent.
Guys.
Hush. You are going to have to make a decision in this moment about whether or not you go to grab the keys or just head out, because you hear the handle of the warden's door moving.
Oh. I think. Wow. Okay. Handle the. Cryo.
You got to make a choice. Do you grab the keys and then run, or you run? You don't have enough time now to like check in the room because you checked the doors.
I think I am. I don't have the time to grab the keys. If I can make a sprint for the keys, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna stealthily try to like try and hope. I don't mind if I get caught by
the... are silent with your boots.
Yeah. And if I get caught outside, if I get caught outside, I'm going to, because I know that magic can't pass through. If I got caught outside the main entrance, if I do, I will cast haste on myself and run away.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check to grab those keys.
Wait, is he grabbing the keys?
I thought he said that's what he was doing. He's running for the keys and then he's running.
I thought he was just dipping.
Are you just dipping? Did I misunderstand?
God, I can't. I don't have a full grasp on the situation because I don't have the whole.
That's the point.
Either you go for the doors and just go now, or you risk staying in and you go for the keys and you don't know if people are looking in that direction or are nearby it, and then you take the keys and run out with the keys.
I will go now. I won't grab the keys.
Okay. Just make a stealth check.
Okay.
Is it with advantage?
It is with advantage, like normal.
Do have my boots. Thank God I have advantage because that was oh baby boy. That is 31. That was a 2 and a 19.
Hush. You go for this door, you pop it open, and as you're closing it, like through the last little gap of the doorway, you see the warden's office door open just as yours clicks closed. You are under this window, and whoever's in this window kind of like leans out and is like, hello? And then they lean back in and they're like, hey, who opened the door? Like it sounds kind of like weirdly muffled once they're back inside.
Mm-hmm.
But you just hunch, you'll walk away through this hallway really quickly.
And he's making a full escape right now.
With that super high roll as you open, like I'll say you get to this outer door and pop it open without needing another roll. So you're out in like this airlock again. You kind of close this bigger door behind you, and the other two guards are there just kind of like chatting by this other gate, and they don't notice that you opened and closed this door really quietly.
Oh shit.
So you are still not home free.
Okay.
But there's only two guards and a gate between you and potential freedom now.
Okay, and the gate is how hard was the gate to open?
I mean, it's the biggest problem with it is it's loud. It's not hard to open, but it's like opening a big chain link gate. Like it'll make a loud like clang.
Okay, and there's two guards waiting there, and if I try to go for the gate, they'll definitely see me.
They might not definitely see you. They'll probably hear something.
Okay. And I'm out of the gate that allows me to cast.
Yeah, you are outside of that little
Fireball. No.
They won't see me, but they'll definitely hear me on my way out.
Cast sending. Go home.
Oh, hang on. You can see through this gate. So if there's anything you can cast that requires sight, you can see through this gate into the
fucking
walkways.
Polymorph.
Polymorph.
I probably moved into a snail. I forgot why I'm there.
I'll just teleport.
You're just gonna vortex warp?
I'm just gonna Misty Step.
Okay. Oh, Misty, there you go.
That's quiet.
It is quiet. I'll ask for one final stealth check.
Okay. Fucking please,
As
I've
you
been
teleport
rolling
out into the crowd.
really good lately. All right, that's just the first roll. Is I'm okay. I'm still in the 20s. Just in case. Okay, 26.
All right. Yeah, you get out. You're having a moment of like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? What do I can teleport, and then you just like look into a dense
Yeah, I just forgot I could cast.
dense part of the crowd, and then you just you were just there in the crowd. Someone like bumps into you immediately, and you're just like, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't say that. I go.
No, they say, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I think you said I said that.
We know you don't.
You don't
say
talk.
that.
You don't.
Hush,
yeah, no,
like
oh, I'm sorry. You just keep going.
Hush doesn't have any of you within range. Did it suppress it or did it turn it off? You said it disconnected.
Yeah, did it sever the connection or did it just suppress his ability to talk to us?
It is severed, but like you can just like reconnect the way you normally would.
I would have to see them.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't want to say anything to not break the tension, but the
Okay.
moment that it severed, like Lotus, who was listening in on people's conversations and stuff, probably listened to a person complain about their marriage a little bit too long because she was interested, like immediately starts walking towards where the hollow is.
I don't know. He just doesn't look at me during anymore.
Oh my god. No! Oh my god.
It's like during what?
During dinner.
During piss.
No.
Yeah.
When he open mouth coughs on me.
Lotus, real quick, roll an investigation check, and we'll determine what you overheard after we handle this moment right here.
17.
17? Okay. And then, yeah, you would have headed over to the hollow to
You
wait.
hear a conversation. I
So,
mean,
yeah.
he's my brother's friend.
I don't understand why my brother's so mad. Because you're his sister. Of course he's mad. The only drama going on in this city of tens of thousands. Yeah, Lotus, you are just like waiting there at the railing where you and Hush were sitting earlier, like hands gripping in like uncertainty. And Hush, you whomp out into the crowd, and then you like walk through it a little bit to the bridge, and then Lotus spots you first because Lotus has the eyes.
Crap.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I would also immediately start running in that direction as soon as the thing was severed. So
You and
I don't know
like,
when
fast
I.
walking your way.
Yeah.
You'd probably get there a little after Hush gets
fine.
out, but you are definitely on your way. You're definitely close.
Okay.
It took me forever, so I'm just like I'm
You're
probably
like a
halfway
20
up
minute
the stairs.
Yeah,
20 minutes away.
You're like almost at the temple when it boom.
I think the whole time Lotus was debating if she has like one hand on Kyle and was debating if she should like use it as a distraction that entire time.
Oh. Yeah, no, you're really there's all of this tension. The guards don't seem freaked out at all, and so that's what keeps you from like moving. You're like if they knew someone broke in, they wouldn't just be carrying crates inside, like it'd be fine, blah blah blah. And then you see him kind of like walking with little Hush hands out of the through the crowd.
Okay,
Doing the non-conspicuous whistle.
I'll walk towards him and follow in just very naturally follow in step beside him.
Lotus just walks, kind of joins you in your walk, Hush.
Connect.
Hi.
Uh, yeah, I'm okay.
okay?
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Okay, that was really scary.
I know. I disconnected from all of you. I had no communication. I was like a second away from being face to face with the warden. Probably. I don't know.
I was so close to becoming a distraction for you with Kyle.
Oh, I don't think they would have heard it on the inside. It's really muted in there.
Oh, what?
So there was like this window, and then it was so. I know where they stopped the magic at.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Okay. Actually, let's get. I mean, I'm sure everybody else would have started walking.
Dolus, you and
fast,
Alina
so-
come like rushing around the corner at this point. Kind of like she's like, "Slow down, we're gonna be obvious. We're gonna be obvious." You come around the corner, it's the two kids.
Hi.
It was so fast. She's like breathing heavy.
Hey,
Hi, Hush. I'm glad you're not dead.
Hello.
I'm not dead. No, I went in there, and I explain all that I saw outside of the outside of the point of no return.
Before you start explaining, you're just like, "Oh, hi," and you're like all happy about it, and like Dolus just walks over. You're like, "Oh, so I went inside." And he just puts a hand on your head, and gives you a little head ruffle, like your hair, not like shaking your head around. Throw him off the side.
Why would you do that?
Why did you do that thing I told you to do?
This bitch empty. Yeet.
Dolus?
Good job.
This is the biggest,
We're so
biggest smile.
You did so good. Oh god.
Should you send something to Hick and Lorelai? Tell them to meet us back in the.
Yeah.
Or at least just tell them you're okay.
And that too. We should compile all of the information that we have.
I don't. I think they're heading to that druid place.
Yeah,
So-
but we still have a lot more time. I still need to reconnect to them.
Yeah.
I can send them a message and we can meet them somewhere.
Mhm.
They're coming up from the oasis, so it'd probably be fastest for us to go to where they're headed to. We'll probably
Where are they headed?
get there. They're headed to the druid place.
It would probably be fast if you met them in the middle, yeah, because Hickory told you you're going to the Druids and then the Artificers Guild. So
Mhm.
Meet them in the middle.
Yep.
Which is where's the
in the middle would probably be the residential wood bridge,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
or west. So it would be the Hollow Wood Bridge. So you're actually so you'd want to head past the Hollow.
No, our favorite place.
Oh yeah. I send to Hick and I go, "Hey Hick, I lived. We need to meet up. I'm disconnected." That's one word. Meet at the Hollow Wood Bridge.
Basically, no time later, you
Hush.
get, "Are you kidding me? Thank God you're all right." All right.
Yeah, but I say, all right, it's two. Or it isn't two.
You got it.
Don't ever do that to me again. I'm glad you're okay. We'll finish what we're doing. Hickory.
Yeah. Hush gets it. He puts his arms up. Oh. Yeah, we're good. They'll finish up what they're doing. We should head there now.
Woo!
That was a lot. That was a lot.
Meanwhile,
That was so much more than being in the
No, wait,
sewers.
are you okay, Alina?
I'm good. We just was running. I'm a wizard.
Okay.
a lizard.
You should exercise more. It's good for
I'm
you.
a lizard.
We wandered through all sorts of terrains. I'm running in the desert. It's hot.
Oh, you'll like it in there. It's actually nice and cool.
Oh, thank God. This prison break's going to be awesome. She says
on
in
the
your
back.
head to avoid saying it out loud.
This prison break's gonna be awesome. What?
Prison break? A guards!
Like that prison? Oh God!
Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom. No, it's meanwhile at Hickory.
How did I get there?
Goodbye with the lesbian doom.
You follow the various directions for like the temple, and you and Lorelai find this temple. The Temple of the Sands. And you kind of like walk up to it, and Lorelai's like, "Wow, creative naming."
Cryo roasting his own thing that he wrote.
I'm so happy to be here.
Hickory kind of looks at her and
Ask
is
him
just
about
like,
the piss.
huh?
And she goes, "Let's ask him about the piss."
She turns to her and she's like, is there anything I can do to just make you happy?
After that, back there just now,
A little. I realized I said that very sarcastically. Hickory didn't mean to say that sarcastically.
close your eyes, Hickory.
Are you gonna hurt me?
Close your eyes, Hickory. You close your eyes. There's this moment of just like terror. So that you feel a hand just really gently brush some hair behind your ear. And then in the other ear, just, "You wish I would hurt you." And then he just walks away.
There's an audible squeak. Like, let's go to the temple.
Piss.
You walk in. This temple, immediately, Hickory, as a cleric, you recognize this is a temple to multiple deities. This is like a generalized temple for worship. It is not specifically dedicated to one person.
Gotcha.
You can tell because there are multiple symbols from multiple gods of the pantheon sort of up on this pedestal, as well as a few like lesser deities.
Archfey, I assume.
Hmm?
I said Archfey, I assume.
I was gonna say you don't recognize what it says, but you recognize from Alina pointing it out on the sign yesterday that some of the names up on these like big stained glass like pedestals and stuff are in Sylvan. You don't know who they're for. There are two of them.
Do I know Oval's symbol?
Two of them.
Because we
Oval
went
symbol.
with her.
You do know Oval symbol. You know
It's not
Arlashna and Oval symbol, and it is not Arlashna.
Okay.
It is definitely two other Archfey who you are
Okay.
not familiar with.
Sick. All right. I'm gonna go hunting for druids.
And there is another one who is not the Pantheon and not Archfey that you do not recognize.
Okay.
There is a symbol of like a man in desert attire, like big burly, kind of like darker skin, and
Jesus.
it seems like he is like shaping the mountains with a hand in his like stained glass ornament.
I assume that's the way the druids are.
I mean, there's a lot of people in here in various like corners. Everybody seems to have little like areas sectioned off.
Yeah. Hickory's just gonna find the closest person and be like, "Excuse me.
Hello.
Hi, we're looking for where your druids may be."
Druids, well, you've got all sorts here, druids and clerics. It depends on what exactly you're looking for. Do you need healing?
No. I'm actually a cleric myself, but we were wondering if it would be possible to identify the components in a water sample.
Oh, in that case, you will want one of the clerics of Ielia, or you could speak to one of the sand druids. They might know.
Okay.
They're both over on that side. And she like gestures to the other side of this big like temple.
Thank you. And she like half kind of bows.
Of course, she like crosses her hands and she's like, "May the light of stars shine upon you." You get the gesture, the idea that she is a cleric of Sarai, the Night Witch.
Right, because we dealt with that when we showed up in
Ubla. Also,
Yeah.
you're somewhat familiar with most of the Pantheon.
Mhm.
Like you recognize the names at least.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you go over to the other side, and there are a couple of groups of people over here, including ones who are definitely the Sand Druids. They are dressed in a lot of that sort of looser garb, a lot of various plants and stuff dangling off of them, and it's all browns and loose. And then there are the clerics of Ielia, who all of them are dressed in this sort of very flowy kind of silk and satin stuff with lots of blues and silvers. So whoever you want to talk to.
Bet is probably the druid. I'm gonna start with the druids.
Okay. Walk up to them and just, "Hello, madame. How are you?"
Hi. I was wondering if maybe we could get a water sample analyzed and possibly figure out what it originates from, if anything.
Of course, water is a blessing here in these sands, one brought to us through stone. We are happy to aid you.
Thank you. And she pulls out her water skin and goes, I don't know if you have anything that would hold it better. This was just the best way we had to collect it.
Come here to this altar. There is an altar, and he reaches into like this little cabinet thing built into it, and he pulls out this like metal, almost like a wok. It's like that exact sort of shape, but it's this nice like hammered copper.
Sick.
Pour it in here.
Okay. Probably don't pour all of it. I would say probably about half.
Okay.
Water skin's pretty big.
Gentlemen, please join me. And a few of the other sand druids come over, and they like put their hands together, and they like over the water. Lorelai's like, "This is a load of barnacle." No, I'm kidding. she just sits there and she's like, "No, it's all druids, isn't it? It's not just Mara." Okay. I guess, yeah, I mean, Illis is a cleric, so I guess it makes sense that she's not like this. She has druid stuff that she does. Is she a druid or a cleric? I never asked.
They're clerics of nature.
Am I a bad person? No.
They're clerics of nature. That's a
Oh,
thing.
okay.
It's kind of both.
Yeah. Like you're a cleric of my people, which is interesting.
Yeah.
We've never gone over that.
Not really. Do you want to go over that?
You ever think it's weird that you pray to my ancestor?
I'll be honest. I've been praying to your ancestor a lot longer than I knew that, it was your ancestor.
Well, yeah, but it's been my ancestor a hell of a lot longer than you've been praying to him.
I don't know. You don't really like talking about it too much, so I kind of just believe and then...
Well, yeah, because I am usually associated with the other one. Because,
Yeah. Yeah.
But, like, they both made me. Well, not me specifically. It's like, in general.
It's like a great... How many greats?
I don't know how many generations of dragons between me and Bahamut. You're definitely talking quiet enough that the druids are not.
Yeah, she just kind of has a moment of just like...
I'm like, I saw everybody's eyes open, and I'm like, Lorelai would not just say that if it could be heard.
She just like has a moment and goes, should you be calling him Grandpa?
No, fuck that.
I swear.
Also, he's definitely not Grandpa. He's definitely way longer than Grandpa. I had a
Well, yeah,
grandpa.
but I mean, like, you have to, save yourself some time and just take Grandpa.
Why don't I just call him by his name? Why don't we just call? He wants to be called Ahab. Just call him Ahab.
That's fair.
You're right. I don't like talking about this. Why the fuck did I bring it up?
I don't know. I mean, it's complicated too because I'm a cleric of Bahamut, but also like, you know,
I hate this introspective bullshit. I'm gonna step away for a second. Usually me turn and walk.
shit. Hickory just goes. All right.
The sand druids sort of finish up their little enchanting, and they're like, This water is truly blessed.
Blessed?
Oh yes. Contains all sorts of things that would be healthy for the body. It is rich in all sorts of minerals that would be graciously rent from the land. Growing plants in this would be wondrous, truly.
Is there any way to know where it might have like originated from? Like not area, but like I guess point of origin?
Specifically, we would have to find the spring it came from and perform a rite.
Okay.
That could take some time and might not even yield any sort of results. Depends on if nature communes with us.
Right.
We could also reach out to a deity for this communion to help with us.
So there's no way to determine if it had like origin from a creature or something like that?
All water has passed through a creature at some point.
I see.
Unless it's coming directly from the plane of water, which like glances over at the clerics of Aiellia, he's like, not very likely.
Right. We were just curious because, honestly, we were told that the water in the oasis was something amazing, and so we were just kind of curious what made it so.
Those sorts down by the oasis, they all like to talk about how it's in the breath of the desert and the waters of the pillars are the greatest thing that they've ever happened upon. It's just another oasis in the desert. Water springs up in bountiful places and life blossoms around it. That's why Saracen is here.
Okay, so the springs have been here for a long time?
As long as I and my forefathers have been here.
Oh, okay. Thank you. We were so curious why the water was spoken so highly of. I'm sorry for not being as forthright with the information as I might as I should have been.
It's all right. You're curious. I do ask if you have the funds available, if you could make a donation tithe to our group.
Of course. Fuck it, we ball. We'll give 2 gold. We'll give a nice easy 2 gold.
Nice. You get it. You're like, thank you so much, and may the humbled earth smile upon you.
Oh, that hurts a little bit. Hickory has a moment to where they say that, and she's like, "Oh, Baradorn, right?"
Yes, he like gestures up at that big stained glass thing of the dude in the desert wear with all the muscles and stuff, crafting hills and mountains in the desert. We commune with nature as druids, but we respect those who have crafted the things we speak to. We would not be here without the pantheon and the beings they created who shape our world.
I had
Lord
a friend,
Baradorn included.
I had a friend who believed in Baradorn. He was a good man.
They don't call him humble earth for nothing.
Hickory has a moment to where like she suppresses what she knows of Baradorn.
You only ever met him once when Mara was dying.
Yeah, and he's still kind of silly. he's also fucking like
jacked. This stained glass mural does not quite do him justice.
Yeah. And she's like, Anyway, have a blessed day. Thank you again.
Of course.
And she
Head on out.
shuffles back over to Lorelai and goes, "It's just water. The springs have been here longer than the other things."
See, I told you it wasn't. I wasn't drinking piss.
You're right.
God.
She wasn't like entirely weirded out by it though.
I wasn't drinking piss, Laura.
But if I
famed
had-
piss drinker.
Man, I wish I was.
Drinker.
I like to think it's not piss, and she goes, "Damn it!" I mean,
Look, you bake
Are you
bread.
sure?
You bake bread for yourself once a month for years. No one calls you a baker, but you drink piss one time.
Listen, man, I don't know. If somebody was baking bread once a month every day for years, I would call them a baker. I would call them
I would call them a
baker.
Once a
hobbyist
month,
baker, which
every
means
day.
that Lorelai is a hobbyist piss drinker.
a pseudo piss drinker.
She's a social piss drinker.
Have like you guys cross the bridge and you go down a few flights of stairs, and then on one of those like streetway walkways, you meet up with Hickory and Lorelai who are coming up.
Hickory. And
Hello, everybody.
So,
I'll throw you.
I did say I can't even scream that.
It was me to you.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Well,
hello.
It's over your shoulder.
Hello.
simplest answer is the water's not from the things. The
It's not
springs
pee?
the springs have been here a lot longer.
Oh,
Just water.
and
So no.
where did you learn this? The druids.
Druids, they said it's just a lot of minerals.
Oh. Did they have anything else to say?
I mean,
He said the water springs have been around for hundreds of years.
Yeah, the water springs have been around for hundreds of years, and that it was actually healthy for the body, and that the water was blessed.
It's healthy for the body.
Hmm?
Didn't
No, go ahead.
Lorelai say there was a weird aftertaste or something?
Yeah, there is. It's kind of acidic. It's like if you dropped half a lemon in your water.
Well, I guess that busts my theory because I originally thought that maybe they were using it as a filtration system because I don't know they filter out like ores and stuff like that, and they are constantly excreting. So maybe
Wait.
What?
Hickory, you said it's good for the body.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly did they say?
It had a lot of minerals, that it's healthy for the body, and the water is blessed.
And it's great for growing shit in.
Like fertile. Like worms.
Oh.
It's not
Like
worm
plants.
piss, it's worm fertilizer. I drink worm fertilizer. Fuck.
It's
That's
way
weirder.
Stronger.
It's poop.
It's not
No,
poop, it's just
not
good
poop.
water.
It's just water. Why? No.
No.
Rather than thinking of it at the end of the worm, it's in the front of the worm.
It's not real. It's not connected to the worm. It's just blessed water.
It's still connected to the worm because it's making the worms all watered up, juiced up.
They're drinking the water.
Yeah.
They're drinking the water.
And
It's
it's
making
juicing
them
them
grow. What do you mean juicing them up?
I was
Where
with you
is
on
there
this one, and
juice
then-
in this equation?
The water
And
is
it's
juice.
watered up.
Are you implying that they're just using the water and filtering it into the worm to make them
Granted,
grow?
if it's rich in minerals, then the worms don't exactly have want. They get what they want, right?
It's keeping them tranquil. They don't have to move. All they're doing is drinking this water. It's full of minerals and all the nutrients and anything they need. They just lounge about and grow.
So do you think, continuing to try and put the explosives into this equation, do you think the explosives are for destroying that straw?
Or maybe just disturbing them. they've
The
been
worms
just-
would be able to eat through that prison like nothing. It's made of stone.
If the worms were brought here, hatched here as eggs, grew up with the sound of Saracen over them their entire lives, they wouldn't think it was weird. They're fed and watered everything they need. So the only thing that could bother them is something really big and not normal happening.
Like a giant
like a
explosion.
giant explosion.
But what reason would they have to set them off? Why now?
They could be for the war. Maybe they've domesticated purple worms.
Still, for 150 years, maybe? And now they're just deciding they want to piss them off?
Well, I mean, purple worms can grow to full size in under 2 months, and they said this stuff only started around the Awakening,
Which was
like a year ago.
These are new worms. If I could, I don't know. I don't know what they'd be using them for. It's always so.
I
Stay
think-
away from them.
I think these are what that one guard described as the what's his name? What's the name of the person who guards the jail?
The warden.
A warden.
The warden.
The
There you go.
warden's ace in the hole.
If you were breaking out of jail, you got all the way to the top, and they told you that if you broke out the rest of the way, a purple worm would not only eat you, but the entire city.
Exactly.
That's a bit extreme.
But a pretty solid
3
ace.
purple worms for one person not to bust out of jail? 3?
Yeah, it doesn't totally line up, but
They're
yeah.
using them for something. And
Actually,
there's probably ulterior motives.
it does line up if you take into account one huge variable. If this plan was crafted by Martin, he has no limit. He does not value our lives.
Wait. Alina,
Mm-hmm.
you know where ley lines are generally, right?
Yeah, I have them in my book. Go.
What?
I'm so stupid.
When we were in the Westwood, Martin brought the gun to drill into the ley line in the tree. If it breaks the plane apart, then he gets closer to what he wants. If giant
Evil Twink
worms...
even said it. He said they were going to shoot the gun at Altairi, and then they were going to shoot Saracen.
Are they using
The 3 pillars of Saracen are one of the biggest ley lines on the planet.
The TNT is to disturb the worms so that they destroy the ley line.
They can eat through anything.
The worms aren't some defense system, they're the plan. They're the plan no matter what.
It doesn't matter if we break Nalu out. They're going to eat the city no matter what we do.
Not unless. Hush, he stands up and he's like, he had a plan. If we can get in there, they're native to the Underdark. If we can banish them, I've seen you banish things before.
Yeah.
They're native to a different plane. If we can banish them, they'll stay.
We'd have to be able to banish all 3 undisturbed. Because I assume banishing one would set off the other 2.
How so? Banishing is nothing more than a pop. If it pops, you know that it went back to its plane.
I guess they are solitary creatures. But still,
The
don't you think
Underdark
they
would
become...
have a problem, but
Yeah.
they've got a lot of problems. If we could banish them, and they are native to a different plane,
We just need a whole minute to keep them gone.
and then they're gone.
It could work.
I can even, if it comes to it and we're fighting all three, I can banish 2 at a time.
I have a question.
Hey,
The worms are in the base of the 3 pillars, though, right?
yes.
So we would still have to go into the prison.
I know
We
where
would
they
also
cut
have
off the
to-
magic.
We would also have to make sure that if they're suddenly gone, that the pillars don't just crumble.
We would also have to make sure that to banish something, you have to see it.
We'd have to be in line.
We'd have to see.
We'd have to get the other 2 out from under their pillars.
Yeah.
So, the purple worms are drawn by sound.
Loud noises.
What if we act first? Make a loud noise nearby, but not at the towers, so that when they go towards it, they're going away from the tower and not exploding through the base.
It would be... There's nothing we could do that could make a noise that big. They can feel around them, but they can't feel miles away from the city.
They're
putting them
insanely
in
destructive
jeopardy.
too. Moving them at all might bring the towers down. We just have to get rid of them while they're still in stasis.
Well,
We have to know what's under the rest of the prison, but we can't do that unless we go down there.
we could deal with the other 2 first.
Ray, did Lotus tell us that the Oasis waterfall broke away a bit?
Yeah.
Well, we have one potential entrance. Lotus said the spring does fall away if you kind of pull at it. It would just be a matter of getting inside via the spring.
The spring falls away if you pull at it?
Mm-hmm.
How do you
Swim
mean?
in.
There's so you know how there's the oasis, and then there's 3 streams. Each of them goes into a different pillar.
Right.
I landed beside it, and if you just pull away a little bit at the top, it kind of pulls away pretty easily. It's sandstone, so it kind of acts like more solidified sand.
Oh, like you could lift up and make an entrance?
Potentially.
Maybe.
You could just break it away, climb in.
Yeah, I only did it a little bit, so I'm not entirely sure how deep exactly it goes.
The
Hush
problem-
can breathe underwater, and I can summon a bubble of air. We could go in.
Swim in.
We can get
The only
rid
problem
of...
is if we get rid of the worms, and they do somehow know, then they'll probably still blow up the prison, and then we'll lose Nalu.
Yeah.
So basically, we have to break Nalu out of prison and get rid of the worms at the same time.
But how would they know that we've banished the other worms?
The breathing would stop.
Or maybe there's something else. I just don't know if there's something else tracking the worms.
And even still, at current, only 2 of us can actually cast that magic.
Well,
I mean, Hush and I can do it if we can get down there. It's just if we do it and it messes some other part of the plan up, or another worm gets up before we can banish it, or something.
Can Hush cast banishment?
yeah, he just said he could.
I
Then
can
we
manage 2
can-
things.
Take care of all 3 at once. It
We
just means
could... Well, sorry to interrupt. We could just do this, make it all part of the plan of breaking Nalu out. It begins with the banishment of the 2 purple worms. As soon as one of you is finished, you head back up to whatever plan we're doing of getting in, and if we can get Hush in, who can stealth down there, especially, we can work on the Nalu plan, and he can be like, so sorry, we could be breaking in to get Nalu out while Hush or Alina are
Dolus, I can do
banishing.
both.
Do what?
I can cast banishment,
Oh,
and I
we
have
have three
an
people
open
that can-
invite to go to the Hollow.
We can banish all three at the same time.
could banish all three at the same time.
You should have said no banishment.
Well, that was kind of what I was getting at. I didn't know you could cast it.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm
So-
allowed into the Hollow. I would just have to bring a bounty.
So Hick and some of us break into the hollow. Hush and I dig down under the other two pillars. The people who are with Hick break Nalu out. Hick, Hush, and I each banish a worm.
Pretty much.
yeah.
And then it just becomes a matter of escaping the inescapable prison.
And me and Alina will be alone.
Underground, underwater.
In an unescapable prison. To be fair, I just escaped the unescapable prison.
You weren't a prisoner.
We're
Regardless,
also in the front office.
I escaped the unescapable prison.
Good job, Hush.
There's. Well, those of us who are not inside the Hollow could create some sort of distraction outside, or maybe some of you after you've banished the worms, so that the guards' forces are split, maybe making it easier for whoever's inside to get outside.
Oh, couldn't we make full use of the summons in our party then? I don't know how
I-
many you guys can summon, both Alina and Hush.
They would disappear as soon as I would banish.
Ah,
I can be a distraction. Lorelai
We-
kind of just like speaks up.
Are you sure?
If
I
a
mean-
dragon appeared, that would be a big
I was
distraction.
just thinking a really dangerous lady killing guards in the street.
That too.
The
But
dragon
yeah,
appeared,
I
that'd be
guess
the
I
biggest
could
thing.
but there's another dragon nearby. You mentioned that you didn't want to turn into.
well, I just meant that's why I said just a crazy lady killing
Yeah.
people in the streets.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only way I am possibly going full dragon out here is if one of those worms breaks out.
It's a
Hmm.
big
We should wait to
question.
finalize any plans until we meet up with
Everyone.
Annie, especially and especially Twink, rather.
What are we gonna do about the anti-magic? I saw the door, and it was nothing more than just walk through and everything disconnected. Even my telepathy.
Could you cast while you were inside?
While I was inside, yes, but not through that door. I was able to teleport out, but
Or rather, no, I mean, is it like a shield that doesn't allow you to pierce it, like either way, or is it like a container of anti-magic?
I will say, from what you gathered, Hush, you seemed to still have magic in there. It's not like your magic was gone inside. So you probably could still cast while you were in the prison. You just that is just a barrier blocking spell effects from passing.
Oh, so like I just can't cast through that door.
Yeah, you
established.
just can't. It's
So
like a
it is
shield.
like
so
it's like
you
a
can't
Faraday
cast either
cage.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then I would just say that then. Like,
The only time proper anti-magic is inside the prison is if the alarm goes off.
hmm
to be fair, if a giant worm just disappeared, I think the alarm might go off.
I mean, as long as we're not standing in the anti-magic field when we're trying to banish a worm. That would be bad.
Yeah, no, that'd be bad.
We could, if it's difficult.
We're trying to not only break someone out, but also delete 3 of the strongest creatures that have ever existed.
Maybe we should go have lunch.
Yeah. There's no. We know what we have to do. A matter of how matters when we all have our team.
This is not a mission we should go on divided.
Save the whole master. Banish the worms.
Escape a prison.
Escape a prison.
Plus, it doesn't necessarily just have to be us. Maybe we can ask somebody who is able to get here to lend us aid.
Felix and Funky could help.
Felix and Frankie?
I was.
Are those their names?
I remember one of them.
I don't think that she meant for those two. I think she
Just
means
heard it.
like more powerful people.
I think Lotus meant casters.
I was thinking like Arlashna.
Yeah.
Or Delilah.
No,
I don't
no,
think
No.
no.
Yeah, never mind. Immediate pivot. No, actually, that might not be a good idea. That's a flame that is burning right now.
Is there anybody else we know that could help? We can't really ask the Holdmasters. Even if we tell them that there's a purple worm, I don't think they would be able to.
Alice is a cleric. She would have the magic. She's got a
You
way to
know.
get here too.
You know, if things do start turning for the worst, if worms start breaking out and destroying things, a couple of giant purple worms might not be the worst punching bags for Delilah to get her aggression out on.
It's true. We could at least tell Ardalin.
Yeah, if things start going south, that is your first order of business. Either you, Alina, or you, Hush, whichever one is available. Tell Ardalin to tell Delilah that there are a bunch of purple worms currently attacking Saracen that she can get her aggression out on.
Well, I was thinking more so we tell Ardalin beforehand so that
Yeah.
Ardalin could maybe give Delilah a, hey, this might be a thing that could happen. So then it's not just like they're in the middle of a conference and then suddenly they
I
get a
think
thing.
if Delilah knew where we were right now, we would not be alive right
That's why I
now.
say tell Ardalin.
Well, but
I-
if we tell Ardalin to tell Delilah,
Maybe
does
we
she
tell
know-
Ardalin to be on standby.
Yeah.
I told Ardalin where we were, in case Delilah wanted to come talk.
Okay. Well,
See, so she clearly hasn't told Delilah yet, or we'd be in
Or-
trouble.
She did
So-
tell Delilah, and Delilah doesn't want to see anybody right now.
who wants to talk to Ardalin right now?
I got it.
Tell her-
about the
As
purple
much.
worm.
Tell her about our situation and ask if Delilah knows where we are. / if she wants us dead.
That's a lot to fit into it. Okay.
I
Okay.
believe in you.
Okay, we're in Saracen, so I need to know that we're in Saracen.
Just drop the prepositions.
I'm done.
Use nouns and verbs.
We in Saracen.
Immediately
No, I'm not
uses
casting,
a
I'm not-
preposition. Second word you said was a preposition.
I don't know what a preposition is.
It's like, no, I'll explain to you after.
Just go, Hush.
Okay.
It's midnight. I want to go to bed.
I know, I'm trying.
In Saracen. Possible purple worm outbreak. Delilah want a punching bag?
Punching bag is not one word.
It's a dash.
It's hyphenated.
Type it, David. Punching
Punching
bag.
bag.
She hate us? Worms not out yet.
Unreleased.
They haven't come out yet.
Fuck. What's the rest of it? What else did Dillis want me to ask?
Does she know? Well, does she want us dead?
I already asked
To tell her to be on standby in case.
You got 7
Uh,
more words.
that. Yeah. So, like 8. I must miscount it. Okay. Be on standby. It's like one word.
Standby is one word.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 4 words left.
Love you. Hush.
Miss you, EXO, Hush.
Be on standby.
Hope you good. Hush.
You could have said your.
Perfect. You send it. You get back after the little delay. Just she's fine. Well, she's pissed, which isn't unusual. Purple worms, huh? Okay. Let me know. Stay safe, Ardelin.
Cool.
She didn't answer if she hates us. Oh no. Oh no.
I'm gonna use my last sending.
Oh,
I'm
send to
gonna
Delilah. No.
use my last sending. Would Delilah be down
Would she be down with it?
to
Down
fight
DTF,
worms?
down to fight. Down to-
Would she be down to fight worms? Does she hate us?
Please tell us.
Will she kill us?
Good questions.
Please
Hush.
be thorough.
In 25 words, be thorough.
I still have fucking like 7 more words.
You cannot
I paid
max
for
it out.
25. I'm gonna use 25.
It's his last spell slot.
Yeah, I'm using my last spell slot on this fuckers. Yeah, no. Yeah, fuck it. Hush.
Love you, Hush.
I love you.
Again.
Glad you're good.
Love you.
Hush.
You get back. Probably she's down to fight most things anytime. Not sure if she's recovered yet.
Ah, shit.
And then just I don't think she could hate you, Hush. Don't
But-
know about the rest. Sorry, Ardelin.
She didn't answer if she'd kill us.
Hush just like gets it back and he's like, good news.
Yeah.
I'm good.
What?
I don't know about the rest of you.
And on that note, we're gonna end our session.
Jesus.
Thank
I don't
you
know the rest
everybody
of
for
you guys.
watching this episode of Starlost Seas. I had a great time.
Thank you everyone for watching the worst episode of Starlost Seas.
Remember to
It only
open
took
mouth cough on the
103
like
sessions
button.
to the worst one.
Could this one be called Piss in Prison?
Oh God. Anyway, we'll see you guys later. Check out our Ko-fi. Please support us so that we can keep talking about piss on
Go
YouTube.
piss on the support button on Ko-fi.
Oh! Bye!